All right, if you're a soccer parent in Canada, you've probably felt it. Something's changing. Out on the fields where the youngest kids play, there's a huge shift happening in how we teach the beautiful game. So let's get into it and really break down this new philosophy for youth soccer. It really all boils down to this one simple question. For so long, the whole point of youth sports felt like it was about that final score. But this new movement, it's asking us to stop and think. What if the real victory isn't about lifting a trophy, but about sparking a passion that lasts a lifetime? And just so we're clear, this isn't just a few random clubs trying something new. Nope, this is a coordinated, nationwide strategy. So let's take a look at how Canada Soccer is actually rolling out this new game plan for the entire country. Yeah, this definitely didn't just pop up overnight. I mean, look at this timeline. This has been in the works for a long time. The seeds were planted way back in 2008 with something called the Long-Term Player Development Model. Then, in 2020, they rolled out the first official standards. And now, the big one, by 2026, this becomes the law of the land for every member organization. It's a really deliberate, thoughtful process. So, here's the bottom line. Come 2026, every single soccer program in Canada has to get on board with these new rules for their under 8 to under 10 age groups. We're talking about thousands upon thousands of kids, coaches, and families from coast to coast. This is a big deal. Okay, so what does this new philosophy feel like when the kids are actually out on the pitch? Well, the whole idea is simple, but honestly, it's pretty revolutionary. It's all about putting the development of each player way ahead of the team's need to dominate a game. First things first, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. When you hear Canada Soccer talk about Grassroots, what they really mean is all the programs for kids up to age 13. This is that critical window, It's the foundation, those first 3 stages of that long-term plan we just mentioned. This slide just says it all, doesn't it? It's the perfect before and after. The old way, well, you know the drill. All about winning, stressful tryouts, and where you stood in the league table. The new way, it just throws that whole playbook out the window. Now it's about getting good with the ball, letting anyone who wants to play sign up, and making sure it's actually fun. No more league standings, and this is huge. No more cutting 7-year-olds from a team. This whole approach really stands on 4 big ideas. Inclusivity. Pretty simple, right? Everyone gets to play, doesn't matter your skill level. Then there's fun, because let's be honest, if kids aren't having a good time, they're just going to quit. The development is player-centered, which means the drills and activities actually make sense for their age. And finally, skill acquisition. Just learning how to dribble, how to pass, that's the win now, not what it says on the scoreboard. Okay, so that's all the big picture, national level theory, but what does this actually look like on a real soccer field on a Tuesday night? Let's zoom in on one club that is absolutely nailing this new approach. We're going to head over to Winnipeg, to the St. Charles Soccer Association. Now, they are a certified quality soccer provider, which is basically a gold star from Canada Soccer, saying, yep, these guys get it. They're the perfect example of how to bring these standards to life. SCSA has this amazing name for their philosophy, the alchemy of individual growth. I just love that. It's not about churning out players like a factory. It's about creating this perfect environment, like a garden, where every single player can grow at their own pace, building up their skills and, just as importantly, their confidence. This one question, this is everything. It's the heart of their entire program. It completely reframes what success means. It's not about being better than the kid next to you. The only person you're competing with is who you were yesterday. And that question is so critical because of this belief right here. The club is convinced that constantly pitting young kids against each other is actually damaging in the long run. It can crush the confidence of a late bloomer and just doesn't serve anyone's development. So if you're a parent listening to this, you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but what does it actually mean for my schedule, for my kid? Let's break down how this philosophy turns into real, practical choices for families. This is the million-dollar question for every family, right? You're juggling work, maybe other kids, other activities. How does this fit? Well, the great thing is this new model is designed with exactly that in mind. It's built to be flexible. Look at what SCSA does. They call it Soccer Your Way. You get 2 main options. There's Grassroots 1, which is perfect for kids who are maybe trying soccer out or who play 2 or 3 other sports. You get 1 practice and 1 match day. Then for the kid who just can't get enough, there's Grassroots 2, which adds an extra training session each week for more touches on the ball. And here is the absolute best part. Deciding between Grassroots 1 and 2 has nothing to do with a tryout. Nothing. It's not about how good your kid is. The choice is completely yours. It's based on your kid's passion and what works for your family. It is all about access, not selection. Okay, let's zoom back out one last time. We've seen the big national plan, we've seen it in action on the ground, but why? Why go through all this trouble? What's the real end game here? Well, the benefits for the kids are just massive. Every single kid gets to play. They spend way more time with a ball at their feet, which, surprise, surprise, is how you get better. The coaches are trained to be game leaders, not screaming drill sergeants. And because of that, confidence grows naturally. Plus, the whole system encourages kids to play other sports, which we know is so important. And that brings us full circle, right back to that first question we asked. At the end of the day, the goal here isn't about a winning record for a U9 team. It's about breaking down barriers, making soccer fun for everyone, and hopefully lighting a spark that keeps them playing and loving the game for the rest of their lives. So I'll leave you with this to think about. This whole movement is a bet on a totally different future for sports. What if we realize the goal isn't just about finding that one in a million superstar? What if instead it's about making sure that a million kids get their own chance to shine? Now that is a beautiful game.